Good morning. First and foremost, I would like to thank the press for taking the time to be here with us today. The issue of voter intimidation and ballot harvesting are of the utmost importance to Yonkers voters and must be taken seriously. During past elections, voters have been asked to surrender their absentee ballots and to fill out ballots for specific candidates, and those ballots are harvested in bunches and brought here to the Westchester County Board of Elections. These targeted voters include the elderly, disabled, and residents with limited English proficiency. These voters are the most vulnerable of our city's population. To see them intimidated in such a manner is heartbreaking, but time and time again, we see that these voters are taken advantage of by the people in power and are often left behind. It is important that we take notice of this issue, but words are not enough. So in this month, I sent a letter to the Attorney General's office to Gary Brown, the Assistant Attorney General for Westchester County, asking him to appoint a monitor to oversee the Westchester County absentee ballot process, to ensure that voters are not robbed of their right to vote and not robbed of their choices. In addition, we have asked that the Board of Election take close scrutiny of the absentee ballot applications that come in to ensure that these votes are not harvested and that our voters are not being taken advantage of. I personally will be monitoring the applications as they come in to see if there's a pattern and ensure that the voters have a choice, because as we see nationwide, the legislative bodies are working to disenfranchise voters here in this country. And it is important that New York lead the way and the residents' right to vote here in the county. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Lakisha, a question for you. Can you specifically talk about what instance there were some irregularities in regards to voting?
Absolutely. In past elections, we've seen where candidates will go knock on doors of seniors and will come away with their absentee ballot, as I said, that has not been filled out. So they'll take that absentee ballot and they'll complete it and turn it in. Other instances have included where electeds or people running for office will knock on the doors of, as I said, seniors and disabled and people who don't fully understand the English language, and they'll hand their application in or have a person sign off as someone to pick up their application. Those applications will be picked up here at the Board of Elections and completed, sometimes without even the knowledge of the voter. So those are practices that we are trying to avoid in this upcoming election.
Now, you just said that you sent the letter out about a month ago. Have you received any response about that letter?
Yes, so I sent a letter to the Attorney General's office requesting that we appoint a monitor to oversee the citywide election here in Westchester County and in Yonkers. And I did receive a response back acknowledging receipt of my request and that request was under consideration. So I am asking that the Attorney General's office take swift action and understand the importance of the need to have a monitor overseeing the absentee ballot process here in Westchester County.
Now, I'm sure that you would hope that this monitor would be appointed prior to the next election.
Absolutely. It is imperative that we have this monitor in place for the upcoming June 22nd primary to ensure that the process is fair and one of the voters' choice.
Is there anything else you want to add to the people of Yonkers so they know further information? What can they do? Who should they contact?
So voters need to understand that, one, if you have the ability, come out and vote early. Starting June 20th, there is early voting, so you don't have to get an absentee ballot if you don't want to. You have the right to walk into the booth and vote there. But if you must get an absentee ballot, fill it out and select the candidate of your choice. Don't be influenced by anyone else. It is your vote. It is your right. If you have any other questions, please feel free to visit the County Board of Elections website at www.citizenparticipation.com.
And if anyone wants to contact you, how can they do that?
So I am on Facebook and Instagram at Lakisha for Yonkers. My website is www.lakishaforyonkers.com. and we can be reached by phone at 914-721-0082.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Perfect.